Hi. So when you are developing characters and stories and whatnot, how do you guys at Pixar tackle issues of like? Because obviously these are kind of people in a sense. How do you tackle issues of like class privilege and white privilege and sex and like we never see any like transgender folk or anything like that. Like, what goes on at Pixar when you think about these issues, and what do your all sorts of business that goes on? We don't want to see things that isn't going to sell. And
Right.
blah blah blah. Tell us more about that.
I don't know. I mean, I think Pixar's an amazingly diverse place, right, of artists. And so, and what's cool about that is, and where we are, maybe it's just being in Northern California. I mean, you'll see every kind of person, everybody is welcome at Pixar. I think it's in a way because of that, we honestly don't sit and try to intentionally tackle anything like that. I mean, we try to make movies that come from observation, that come from just growing up and observing life and being true. And really the only kind of rule that we have is, and John Lasseter says, just make something you would want to go see, make something you'd be proud of. And so, I don't know, in terms of diversity and gender and all that, it's just, I don't know, it just seeps in. It's all who we are. I mean, it's everybody there works together, and I like to think that our movies are just sort of a reflection of the culture of being open at Pixar. I don't know how.
Yeah, here's something I noticed that kind of goes along with that. I think most of us grew up sort of social outcasts to some degree. Like we were outside of there were the cool kids, and then there were us kind of standing off to the side, picking our nose and drawing, And so a lot of the stories that we end up telling are about the outsider kind of finding their way, kind of finding their tribe, because that's what happened to us at Pixar. You know, we got there and finally found a community that of like-minded people. So,
I mean, marketing and so forth and the business side of it almost never creeps in. Obviously, it's a business. We're trying to make motion pictures that allow us to keep making motion pictures, but no one ever really comes to us with any sort of any mandates or anything to avoid. I mean, listen, we pitched the movie Up and to the Walt Disney Company, and you can imagine I was thinking it's like my first movie I'm producing. Like, how is this gonna? This is animated movie from the people that brought you Toy Story.
And he floats his house to South America. See,
essentially on a suicide mission where he wants to die.
Yeah.
And but don't worry, whatever.
It'll be funny.
And so we've just we've never, I guess, felt any push on any of that,
No, I think really John is great. Lasseter will say, "I want to see you on the screen." So as a director, he's always wanting to get as much of us as he can on the screen to make it a little more personal. And so anyway,
right on.